Hello and welcome back. Hopefully, you had a great week, great day today. We got a great topic, and this is one that is very recent. So, we're just going to get right into some recent news, some recent information that's been put out, really, even by the US government. Shocker. And then we're going to talk about some scriptural things that kind of reference some of the stuff. But some of the things that were kind of mentioned this week were about the revealing, and this has kind of been a little bit of an ongoing thing that the current administration is going to reveal alien encounters and such and things like that. Okay. So here over the past couple of days, they've actually started releasing files pertaining to alien encounters and stuff. But earlier in the week, or even last week, I think it might have come out earlier this week, but I think last week there was what this kind of post kind of says. Pastors across the United States are now stepping forward and revealing that they were briefed in a secret meeting with government officials about how to reveal the existence of aliens to their congregation. They are preparing to tell us they are from another dimension and that they are our creators. Go and tell the church they are not ready for what is coming. Okay, so this is just one post, but you kind of get the idea. For whatever reason, certain church leaders across the United States were handpicked and brought in to some of these like not governmental meetings, but I guess enough people in the government politics, like congressmen, senators, felt like they needed to tell other church leaders about what's about to come, and it sounds to me like it's a control operation. Perfectly, actually, that's exactly what it sounds like. But this guy, and I kind of had another thought, but this post talks about it almost perfectly. Why are the only ones that are being aware and told, only religious leaders that are kind of being told about this? Why are that only the Christians or the Christian denominations, right? Why is it only them? Why not tell the other three Abrahamic religions? Oh, because Christianity is the only one that they want to suppress. Yeah, that's right. They're trying to deceive you. That's all it is. Because Christianity is the truth. And you need to understand that they are going to continue to try to deceive you. They have been doing this for the past, easily since Jesus. But, the U.S. government's been doing it for decades. Easily decades. So my take is they're trying to get the church, ministers and whatever, priests, pastors, preachers on board on how to deceive people, right? That's the whole point. You don't deceive. You don't go after the sheep. You go after the shepherd. You get the shepherd to deceive the sheep. So this just smells like bullcrap all the way, 100%. The other thing is, why is it only America? Huh? Why is it only America? This is why. Because there's a lot of people waking up really quickly and figuring out a lot of the bullshit that we have been taught in our schools, but really figuring out how deceptive the Christian faith is in America. Because most of those Christians, like I said, have direct ties into the politics sphere in Washington, D.C., right? They got pulled in about these alien briefings. And you think, what, they just now are being aware of things that are going on that the government does. Do you know what DARPA does? Do you know what the CIA does? Do you know what the NSA does? Do you know what NASA does? If you don't know the answer to all those things, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, many members of politics, congressmen and senators, they don't know what those agencies do. If you've never even heard of DARPA, yeah, you might want to start researching that. That's an interesting one. Amazing. You never heard about DARPA before. Yeah, there you go. That's a fun one. But don't think those agencies are on your side. They hide in the shadows and the darkness. And if you know anything about the Bible and what it talks about, those that hide in the shadows and darkness, they do no good. They do no good. So I got some end time quotes. I kind of made it just a quick general search for it, some end time deception, because we're getting there. I mean, they are getting so desperate. They are getting so desperate. So many people are realizing some bullshit's going on, and those that are in control are getting very desperate. Very desperate. The ones that are going to fall for that alien trick, though, are going to be the ones that have fallen for it for the past several decades. Because they are being deceived by liars. But they don't perceive them as liars. They perceive them as truth tellers because they have a positive relationship with them, not realizing that they are liars. They are wolves in sheep clothing. Those are the people. Those are the people that are going to fall for this crap. Many people are rapidly waking up and not falling for that crap anymore. I would think, actually, pretty much over the past 20 years, a lot of people were like, yo, what the frick is going on? Think about this one. We went to war with Islam in the Middle East, and then many people after deployment over the past 20 years ago, come back and why are we importing all these Islam people? What is going on? That was a lot of people in the military really were questioning that one. I know. But this is going to be 2 Timothy 4, okay? These are going to be a few little passages about end time deception. So this is going to be 2 Timothy 4, verse 3 and 4. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but according to their own desires, because they have itching ears, they will heap up for themselves teachers, and they will turn their ears away from the truth and be turned aside to fables. This is really more talking about the sheep wanting to hear from shepherds. They are handpicking shepherds, right? Handpicking shepherds based on what they want to hear, and so they're throwing away sound doctrine, and that's kind of going to be a problem. This is going to be a good one. The really interesting thing is, man, the Bible just laid it out for you perfectly. This is going to be 2 Thessalonians 2. This is going to be 9 through 12, verses 9 through 12. The coming of the lawless one is according to the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders, and with all unrighteous deception among those who perish, because they did not receive the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this reason, God will send them strong delusion, that they should believe the lie, that they all may be condemned who did not believe the truth and had pleasure in unrighteousness. I want you to notice this part right here in verse 11. God will send them strong delusion. This is one where if you're not grounded, God's going to trick you, because God is testing you. God tests you. That's the only reason why he allows Satan to do the things that he does. So because you have a lack of faith and you are not believing of the right things, and you are listening to liars and deceivers, they're going to continue to use strong delusions, and they're going to continue to lie to you, and eventually it's going to cost you, and it's going to send, and you're going to be condemned by it. This is going to be from Matthew 24, verse 24. For false Christs and false prophets will rise and show great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. Think about that. Great signs and wonders to deceive. Right there. What are they going to show with this alien stuff? They're going to show some video footage of some bullshit alien saucer encounter star thing. I've seen some star things. Like it's dude, it's amazing how crappy it all looks. It really is. When you look at it, man, it just looks like shit. And so stop believing, like, the US government's been taken over by Satan. It wasn't too long after after the country was founded that Satan, kind of eventually got in and was able to weasel his way in and corrupt the U.S. politics in Washington, D.C. It really wasn't complicated that they were able to do that. And the big understanding as to why is, so you got to understand that the United States was not founded as a Christian country. Now, it might have been a Christian nation, but those two are not the same things. Christian, nation is a people. Nation, people. Country is a political entity. They founded a country. And it's and they misunderstood very, very important things about the Bible. And so you got to just understand that you really need to distance yourselves from loyalty to a country. They're not in it for your sake, right? There's a reason why they keep raising your taxes and all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, pray to the Father, talk with the Father, appreciate the Son, enjoy time with your family. Happy Mother's Day weekend. Amen.